I got upset with my boyfriend for waking our baby every time I tried to put her to sleep. My daughter Lily is 9 months old, and I've been working on teaching her to sleep in her crib. For months, we bed shared because I was breastfeeding and completely exhausted, and yeah, I felt guilty about it every single night. Now she can do her first stretch or two in the crib, and I'm trying to get her to sleep through the whole night there. Here's the problem. My boyfriend plays video games literally all day. He doesn't have a job, doesn't cook, and barely cleans. Maybe does the dishes once or twice a month if I'm lucky. He only watches Lily 1 or 2 times a week while I shower. That's it. I work from home, I do all the cooking, all the cleaning, and I take care of her basically 24/7. He only changes diapers if I specifically ask him to, and even then he complains. His excuse is always that he just got out of the shower and doesn't want to get dirty. So I end up doing it myself because I'm not gonna make my baby wait 30 minutes for a clean diaper. We still share a bedroom, which matters here. Last Tuesday night I was putting Lily to bed. We have a whole routine that I've talked to him about a million times. Consistency is so important for babies. She fell asleep in my arms after about 20 minutes. I was carefully putting her down in the crib when my boyfriend got up and walked out of the room to talk to his brother on his headset. Lily stirred a little but started settling back down. Then he did it again. Walked out, talked loudly in the hallway, came back in. Each time she'd wake up a little more. I tried everything to keep her calm and help her drift back off. Finally, she fully woke up and started crying. I was rocking her, trying to get her calm again. When he left the room a third time, I could hear him laughing and yelling at his game through the door. I opened the door and asked him nicely to please keep his voice down for just a few minutes. She's almost asleep, I said. He looked at me like I was crazy and said he wasn't being loud. Then he went right back to talking at full volume. At this point, I'd been trying to get Lily to sleep for over an hour and I hadn't even showered yet. I was sweaty, exhausted, and on the verge of tears. I gave up and just put her in the crib awake and went to take a shower. When I came back, he asked me to just put her in the jumper so he could keep playing. The jumper, like he was actually going to watch her while gaming. I ignored him and picked up Lily, who was now completely overtired and screaming. I tried again to get her to sleep, rocking her and singing softly. I asked him one more time to please be quiet for literally 10 minutes. That's all I needed. He instantly got defensive, saying I was crazy and that he was being quiet. I told him her sleep is more important than a video game. That's when he said the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. He said I can't expect him to not talk to his brother, and that it was 2 against 1 because his brother heard him being quiet through the headset, like his brother on the other end of a video game chat was somehow a reliable witness. Then he started timing me on his phone and gave me exactly 10 minutes like I was a child being punished. At that moment, something in me just snapped. I looked at him sitting there with his controller, surrounded by empty energy drink cans and chip bags. I realized this was my life. Me doing everything while he sat there playing games and acting like basic parenting was optional. I walked over and unplugged his gaming system right in the middle of his match. He jumped up yelling about how I made him lose and how his team was going to be mad at him. I told him I didn't care about his stupid game or his team or his brother's opinion on whether he was being quiet. I said if he wanted to keep living in my apartment, eating my food, and contributing absolutely nothing, the least he could do was shut up for 10 minutes while I put our daughter to sleep. He called me a psycho and said I had no right to touch his stuff, so I picked up his controller and held it out the window. We're on the 3rd floor. He went completely pale and started begging me not to drop it. That's when I told him he had a choice. He could start actually helping with Lily, get a job, and act like a parent, or he could move back in with his brother and play video games all day there. He tried to argue, but I wasn't backing down. I gave him until the end of the week to decide. That was 4 days ago, and he's been sleeping on the couch ever since. He finally started applying for jobs yesterday.